Welcome to our Yoga Stretch and Strength program. Today, our yoga class will offer you strong and energetic poses to help you lose weight and tone your body. So let's start by sitting comfortably in a cross-legged position on the floor or on a blanket. And if this seated position bothers your knees, then extend your legs straight out in front of you. In this seated position, let's begin our yoga practice with some simple breathing exercises. Relax your knees down and encourage a deep breath into your body. Elongate your spine while drawing your navel center in. Lift your chest and rest your hands on your knees. Let's close our eyes and connect to our breath. Our first standing yoga posture will be Mountain Pose. Mountain Pose promotes an experience of stillness, strength, and relaxed power. So let's get our body moving with a sense of energy and control over our lives. So let's stand in our best posture, grounding your feet directly under your hips. Externally rotate your shoulders so your palms are resting on your thighs. Align your ears over your shoulders. Inhale deeply, and as you exhale, draw the navel center in and lift your heart center. Our first standing mountain pose, we will do arm circles. So we'll take a deep inhale, we'll turn our palms out, and then circle the arms up towards the sky. Press your palms together over your head. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, slowly draw your hands back to your heart center. Inhale, circle your arms up to the sky, pressing your palms together and now releasing them back to your heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, let go. Inhale, circle your arms up. Exhale, release your hands to your heart. Now let's include our legs. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Now exhale, bend your knees and sweep the earth. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, let go of your arms. Circle, sweep the arms up. Exhale, release them down. Connecting our breath to this movement will release tension in your back and shoulders. This is a great way to make us aware of correct posture alignment. Our arm circles will warm up your body by using large range of motion. So bring your hands back to your heart center. Our next posture to build strength in our legs is called chair pose. So we'll begin by circling our arms up next to our ears, and as you exhale, bend your knees and sweep your arms directly in front of your shoulders. Keep lifting up, reach up towards the sky. Exhale, bend your knees, sweep your arms in front. Inhale, circle up. Come into that chair squat. Inhale, stand tall, reach up. Exhale, sit back. Make sure that you bring your weight into your heels as you come into that chair squat. Flowing chair pose will burn calories and build heat into the body, building strength in your glutes and your quadriceps. Now let's bring our hands back to our heart, and we'll move on to our next yoga posture. This next yoga flow will stretch out the spine, the hamstrings, and release tension in the back. So bring your arms by your side, reach up to the sky, and now swan dive by hinging from your hips, releasing your head and shoulders down, relaxing your neck. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, come halfway up. Bring your hands to your shin, or you can bring them to your quads. Release your head back down towards your knees. Take an inhale, circling your arms up towards the ceiling. Bring your hands together and bring it back to your heart center. So let's try this again. Take a deep inhale. Release your hands down by your hips. Circle them up towards the sky, swan dive, hinging from your hips. Release the head and neck. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your arms up towards the sky. And now bring your hands to your heart center. Our next posture will build strength in the lower body and burn calories. We'll start with our sunflower by separating your feet 3 to 4 feet apart. Turn your toes away from each other, really grounding your feet to your mat. Now bend your knees and make sure your knees are directly over your feet and your little toe. So now inhale. We begin our sunflowers by releasing our arms down and reaching up. And then taking a full inhale. As you exhale, you bend your knees and sweep down. So inhale, circle up. Exhale, sweep to the earth. Big circle up over your head. And then exhale, release down to the earth. Bring your hands over your head with a deep inhale. And as you exhale, float your hands to your heart. We're going to move into Warrior One. First, bring your hands to your hips. Turn your shoulders and your hips towards that right knee. Now get your knee directly over your heel. Your chest is lifting, your abs are drawn in. You're going to sink your hips as you lift your chest up. Take a deep inhale, reaching your arms up next to your ears, but slide your shoulder blades down and away from your ears. Stay tall and lengthen through the spinal column. Set your drishti or your focus directly in front of you. Now let's rotate into Warrior Two, reaching your arms along the sides of your torso, extending through the fingertips and reaching through the heart center. Keep sinking your hips into that lunge, knee directly to the little toe side. Now come back to your breathing, your inhalation through the nose and long, slow exhalation. Keep lifting up through the rib cage. Now turn your palms up and we'll come into Gyan Mudra by bringing our index finger to our thumb. Now keep your gaze out to your mudra. And stay with your inhalation and long, slow exhalation. Feel the power in your legs and the strength in your arms. Release your hands back to your heart center, and we're going to move to the other side. So reaching your arms up and over, hands to your heart, now turning towards the left and bending that left knee. Reaching your arms up towards your ears and lifting up through the chest. Relaxing the scapula down and away from your ears. Engaging the back quadricep and pressing the back outer edge of your foot into the mat. Lifting up and sinking your hips. Now coming into Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana 2. Really extend through those fingertips. Draw your shoulders directly over your hips, and so your hips are facing the side of the mat. Turn your palms up. Bring your thumb to your index finger. Gyan Mudra is a symbol for power, strength, and wisdom. Stay focused. Coming back to your inhalation and exhalation, Now cartwheel your hands to the mat and into your runner's lunge. So your knee is directly over your heel and your hands are on each side of your foot. Keep your abdominals pulled in, lifting up through the head, and now dropping that left knee to the mat. Hands to your thigh, and then lifting up your torso. Now circle your arms back up towards your ears. Bring your hands to your heart and coming into a gentle spinal twist. You're going to take that left elbow and slowly bring it to the outside of that right thigh. Sink into your hips and feel the stretch of your hip flexor. This is a very nice twist for your spinal column, but really listen to your back. Sometimes spinal twist is not always for everyone, especially if you have back problems. So let's release our hands to the floor. And now we're going to slide that front foot back into tabletop position. Now we're going to move to the other side. You're going to take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, you're going to draw the abdominals in and push back into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha. Pressing through the palms of the hands, lifting up the sit bones, and bringing your weight into the back of the heels. So think of that inverted V, a pyramid shape. If the hamstrings are really tight, then go ahead and bend your knees and keep them soft. That will let the hamstrings relax a little bit. Now come back to our tabletop position. Very nice. Now we're going to slide that left foot forward, bringing your knee directly over your heel, sinking your hips, and you're on your fingertips each side of that foot. Now stay long in your spinal column. Keep your abdominals pulled in. Now bringing your hands to your thigh, lifting your chest. Relax your shoulders away from your ears, and now circle your arms up towards your ears. Now let's bring our hands to Namaste, to our heart center, and we're going to take that right elbow now to the outside of that left thigh, pressing the palms together and coming into a gentle twist. Try to keep the left elbow lifting as you press into the palms of the hands. Stay focused and breathe. This is a wonderful pose for the internal organs. So remember, this is a gentle detox as we wring out the internal organs. Staying strong here. Take another full inhalation, and as you exhale, release your hands back to your mat, bringing your foot back and coming into child's pose. Make sure that you bring your hips down towards your heels as much as you can. This is extended child's pose, so we're walking our fingers back up towards our knees into hero's pose. Now we're going to come on to our sit bones and bring our feet and knees in front. You're going to grab the hamstrings and roll down gently to the floor. Relax your head and shoulders to the mat. And just take a moment here to settle into the floor, relaxing the shoulders, the lower back, bringing the chin in slightly towards your chest. Now interlock your fingers over and now bring them back behind your head. We're going to build some strength into our core. So inhale, lift the head and chest. As you exhale, reach for your knees. Take an inhale, hands behind your head. Exhale, release down. Take an inhale. As you exhale, lift and draw the belly in. Inhale, reach your arms towards your knees. Exhale, hands behind your head. Inhale, release down. Exhale, and now pull the navel center in. Lift the head and chest up. Reach for your knees, hands behind your head, and slowly roll down. Lots of control and strength. So inhale to prepare. Exhale, draw the belly in and lift. Inhale, reach for your knees, hands behind your head, and slowly roll down. Take an inhale, exhale, and lift. Press that lower back into the mat. Reach for your knees, hands behind your head. This is called Stargazer Pose. So strong core muscle, reaching up towards your knees, bringing your hands behind your head, and then slowly releasing down. Now know that we are working our core strength even as we release. So we don't want to just let the head drop. We want to slowly roll down. So take that inhale and release. Deep breath in, exhale, draw the belly in, reach for your knees, hands behind your head, and release. Exhale, lift, reach, hands behind your head, and release. Good. Now let's bring our knees into our chest and just take a little break. You did a great job, so be really proud of your work. Rock side to side, hip to hip, just massaging your lower back. Really re-energizing, getting circulation into that sacrum. We want to continue this gentle rocking side to side, but we want to change it so it becomes a little more working our obliques. So on the next rock, we're going to bring the hands out into a T and then continue to slowly move the knees side to side. Let's completely rest our knees to the ground, coming into a very nice spinal twist. This is a restorative posture to rejuvenate the spinal column. Turn your head gently away from those bent knees. And this is a great time to connect back to your breath. That full deep inhalation and long slow exhalation. Remember, our weight loss program is part of our detox program. So let's go ahead and come into our Pigeon Pose. Your right ankle is below the left knee. You're wrapping or threading your hands around that left thigh. And it's very important here to relax your head and shoulders down. Now, a variation of this pose is by extending your left leg up towards the sky. Now, this may not be for everyone, but it is something you can try and see if you get a deeper stretch from that small movement. Release both feet down to your mat and bring both knees back into your chest. Let's take a deep inhale. We're going to come into our spinal twist. So you're going to gently drop your knees to the left side, relaxing the knees completely to the ground. Keep your chest open and your shoulders relaxed. To deepen this spinal twist, you can always just rest your hand on the outside of that right thigh. Turn your head gently away from your bent knees. Close your eyes and come back to your breath. That full deep inhale and long slow exhale. Now bring your knees back to the center and we'll come into our modified pigeon pose. taking the left ankle below your right knee. And this may be where you want to be today. Just right here is fine. If you'd like, you want a deeper stretch, then you roll the right knee in toward your chest, threading your hands around that right thigh. But remember, the stretch is really important for the gluteus maximus and the piriformis. But releasing the head and shoulders down is important too. So bring your knees down and roll up into an easy cross-legged position. So our last posture for detoxing today is our spinal twist seated. So reaching up, taking an inhale, and as you exhale, gently twist. Your left hand is on the right thigh, and your right hand is in the middle of the sacrum. Find your drishti or your focus behind you. Now release your hands back to your knees, circle up towards the ceiling, and now slowly come into the twist to your left side. Your right hand is on your left thigh, and your left hand is in the middle of your back. You can be on the fingertips. Keep the spine long. As you inhale, think of elongating your spine, and as you exhale, just gently going a little further into the twist. Release your hands to your knees, back into our tall, seated position. You've done a great job. So we're going to come back down on our mat. Bring your feet in front of your hips and slowly release your body down to the mat. Coming into our final posture, our asana, it's relaxation pose. Letting the arms rest by the sides of our hips, palms facing up. Separating your feet about hip width apart. And really allowing your knees and feet to relax, to drop open. Allow the chest to expand as your shoulders drop down into your mat. With your eyes lightly closed, come back to your inhalation and your exhalation. And to quiet the mind today, we can practice with our breathing. We can take a deep inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now exhale it all out for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now breathe in through the nose for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now exhale out long and slow for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just one more time. Deep inhale through your nose for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now exhale out slowly for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now stay connected to your breath, staying in this present moment. Allow the outside world to float away. And try to bring this stillness into the mind, letting go of your thoughts, letting go of your day. So now slowly bring one knee at a time into your chest, giving yourself a little hug. And then we're going to gently roll up into an easy cross-legged position. Thank you so much for being with me today and practicing. It's certainly an honor and a blessing. to be your teacher. So let's take our thumb to the middle finger for strength and commitment. The light in me salutes that light and divine that's inside of you. Thank you so much for practicing again with me today. Let's bring our hands to our heart center. Namaste.